The events landscape has changed dramatically over the past 2 years, and there's still no telling what will happen next. Despite the global restrictions and disruption of the pandemic somewhat easing, a strategically conscious approach to event management is here to stay, thanks to the likes of accessibility, sustainability, and a demand for more visible and tangible ROI from trade show participation. How are you planning to stand out amongst the considerable physical and digital event noise? BDB has been back at physical and international events for some months now, and we've collated our top learnings from witnessing the return of in-person events. Here's the BDB projects team with all the insights you need.
Generally speaking, regulations surrounding stand construction and prefabrication are now applicable for all stand sizes, with a renewed commitment to running sustainable, socially responsible events with a limited impact on the environment. Reducing carbon footprints and the volume of waste that events produce is now a top priority, and organisers will start to target disposable stands, replacing them with higher quality reusable structures made from sustainable materials.
Historically, with bespoke stands, stand holders would spend a week creating and setting up a uniquely built stand. Some of you may remember the noisy exhibition halls of the past on build days in the run-up to the event. Now, exhibition organisers are giving stand holders as little as a day to build their stands, forcing their hand to make a modular approach. With this reduction in build time, if exhibitors are still harbouring a desire to simply create the same stand as the previous year, it simply isn't achievable anymore.
If all restrictions and safety measures were lifted across the world tomorrow, it's possible that attendance numbers would still be reduced in comparison to pre-pandemic numbers. People's opinions on international and even national travel have changed dramatically, whether that be for practical reasons or sustainability reasons. If someone has become a fan of remote working and logging online for events, the likelihood of that changing is relatively slim. Travel-wise, government guidance remains in place in many countries, so now is not the time to expect delegate numbers as pre-COVID. What we are seeing though is that the delegates who are choosing to attend in person are of the highest quality. Attending with a clear purpose and desire to do business, they understand the calculated risks of global travel, but attend with an objective or need that is there to be met by an exhibitor. However, lower footfall doesn't mean that you need to lose numbers overall, especially if you're creating a hybrid event that engages both physical and virtual delegates. Lots of people globally have become accustomed to virtual events, and this option should definitely be considered when in-person events become common again. Don't exclude or alienate a major audience that have been loyal to you throughout the lockdown period.
Every single one of us will have been affected in some way by delayed online and physical orders because of the disruption of the pandemic. These delays are continuing across many parts of the world. From border closures to new variants of the disease, as well as a looming potential for global warfare, it's more important than ever to use suppliers and stand builders within your own territory. This should save on disruption and delays should circumstances change overnight, whilst also reducing your carbon footprint as you support more local and national businesses.
Alongside the usual pre-pandemic event specifications, a whole raft of additional measures now have to be considered to ensure a compliant stand design and execution. With social distancing measures remaining in place across many parts of the world, event delegates want to be sure that the activities on offer are safe. Arguably, some delegates will care more about this than others. However, during the design stage of your event, you will need to go through everything with the venue to ensure that expectations can be met on all sides. How does this work in reality? It's easy to state that your programme is socially distant, but is it really? You need to be thinking about people flow, not just delegates but other staff as well, and their behaviour, potential people traffic jams around toilets, etc. Remember, you also need to factor in how people can move easily through narrow corridors and walkways. One-way systems, single points of entry and exit, and congestion points such as registration desks also need to be managed effectively. Privacy reduction resulting from mandated open-air meeting rooms, transparent windows and walls, so visual confirmation of your event compliance can be assured at all times, also must be navigated. You need to ensure that your social distancing measures are tested, just like a sound check, before your delegates arrive. That way, you can make any final improvements and adjustments.